Welcome back to another episode of Hoop Story Podcast, where we put basketball in proper perspective. I'm Dean Osball. I'm here with White Boy Chris. I'm here with Ray. And today we got a lot on the docket. We got Luka and Kyrie are the best backcourt of all time. Is Cat running out of time in Minnesota? Plus, I got some trade machines I want to go over. We got Celtics and Mavs on a collision course. And first, we gonna just start talking about some of the latest news that happened in the NBA. So Bill Walton died. I ain't gonna say does anybody care because I'm pretty sure we all was like, damn. But yeah,
Can't say it was
anybody got
out of the blue.
anything?
Rest in peace, Bill Walton, man.
Chris is a little loud over there.
Oh shit, my bad.
But yeah, man, rest in peace, Bill Walton. So is he a what if player? Is he another what if player? Is that how his career is looked upon?
Yeah, because he man, you know, when you think about UCLA, the first person you're gonna think about is Lou Alcindor, and the fact that he came several years after him and had a flawless college career too. It was kind of like we thought it was gonna be some years down the line before we seen somebody. I mean, he wasn't as dominant, but shoot, he was the closest thing to it. Even
He was
like
a two-way player.
even like in 2024, like he's probably the second greatest to come out of there still. And they done had some good people come out of there, but man, nobody come close to Kareem or Bill. So I mean, and then to come into the league and win a championship when you are still healthy and show what you like, how dominant you could be when you are healthy, and then have to go to being a role player because of his injuries and his bad knees. He's definitely a what if player because we seen like you like. I mean, we didn't see it in real time, but going back, just being the historian that I am, and my dad telling me about that era, it was just like, bruh, this dude could easily be in that conversation for like when we talk about the top centers of all time.
Mm-hmm.
He definitely would have been in that conversation. It wouldn't even a matter of like, you know what, if you know, I don't. It depends. No, it wouldn't depend on nothing. He was that nice.
Because I heard he even was like a Jokic level passer. Because I remember when Jokic was coming up, people was like, "Yeah, Jokic nice, but Bill Walton, bro, people underestimating Bill Walton." That's what a lot of old people were saying, especially the dude that be on ESPN with Stephen A. Smith, Mad Dog. Like you know, once you hear people over a certain age still bringing people up, like if they trying to talk about Jokic and his past, and they like, hey, don't sleep on Bill Walton. I take that type of stuff into high consideration too. Because you know, whoever like it's a disconnect in basketball. Like I remember I sent y'all a link where I forgot who that was, Dog Shades, and how good he was and stuff like that. It's a disconnect how people disrespect the older generation, but I take it into consideration when people still bring your name up after 40 plus years of basketball. If somebody still have to insert you into a conversation, that kind of perk my ears up. So anytime we hear about big men and passing, they always bring up Walton. So I still be taking that into consideration. And I heard he was really good on defense too. So and then he won a championship in his second year, I think.
Yep.
So yeah, man. Rest in peace, Bill Walton, man. And say, no, I ain't gonna say it. He was kind of, I ain't gonna say, he was kind of annoying as a broadcaster, though. I'm not gonna lie.
I think he was just more so like because
he was just very entertaining.
Just from the aspect though of when you come from a certain era of basketball, shoot, a lot of things kind of just. I'm pretty sure he just was kind of annoyed with how certain styles of basketball that was kind of playing the modern era. He just wasn't really hip to that because when you even look at in no ways is his son anywhere on the trajectory of what he could have been. But his son kind of played with like a high IQ, played very simple basketball, didn't over dribble, never did no fancy dribbling. Like I could tell, you can tell people who come from certain dads of certain eras. Like when you think about even like Kobe, in a sense, he kind of had some flashiness to his game, but for the most part, it was fun. Like the basis of his game was fundamentally sound. Guys who come from dads who played in the NBA back in that era, like that was just like, so when he probably seen this new era, it was kind of like, this is a circus out there. Like this is not basketball. People out there palming the basketball, getting away with it. People is traveling. Like I think that's why I think it sounded more like him just being like annoying on the microphone, because he used to talk basketball from the perspective of, this is how basketball used to be real. So this is what the rules of basketball used to be. And I just, I can't fake it and be like, oh yeah, I'm perfectly fine with basketball where it's at now. But I mean, I don't know. Everybody gonna sip their tea that they like. Some people ain't gonna like every flavor. So
rest in peace, Bill Walton. Okay, Ray, what you had to say about the comments of Lou Will?
So it was that was on some sports show. It was Lou Will, Chandler Parsons, and some other people. And the discussion was, who would you rather start a team with between Luka and Jason Tatum? So I'm listening, and I'm assuming like the video starts where Lou Will is defending his point on why he picked Tatum.
You got the video?
I actually don't.
Okay, but keep on.
But I'm assuming that Chandler Parsons picked Luka because when Lou Will had said Tatum, it was, you could just tell it was like some I don't know if I'd pick him over Luka, like. But he was like, man, he said, why wouldn't you pick Tatum? Like, he's a proven winner in the past, like in the last like 6 years, he's been in 5 conference finals. He's more proven as a winner than Luka is. And I sat there and said, if you replace Luka and Tatum, they're still getting to 5 conference finals. They're probably, I'm not even gonna do the championship round, but just the conference finals. Luka is getting to 5 conference finals with that same supporting cast.
That should be overblown, bro. Man, Luka would have won. He would have won them chips. He ain't losing to the Heat. He wouldn't have went to 7 with that 76ers team. He not losing to Golden State like they lost to Golden State. Because it's like,
I don't know, that same year we seen Luka the round before and he didn't have the best
with Jalen Brunson, the first year of his the first year of Jalen Brunson being good, and all them role players.
The same Jalen Brunson you hyped up that year.
Bro, that's his first ever real major time getting minutes as a starting guard, and
what did he do in that first? What he do?
Okay, but I'm saying give him Jaylen Brown, give him Al Horford, give him Marcus Smart.
Jaylen Brown didn't perform that good in that finals.
He performed better than Tatum.
No, that's not saying much. Tatum didn't play good, so anybody could outperform him if he was getting the ball as much as he was, and Brown was getting the ball as much as he was, and it still wasn't just impressive.
Man, I ain't trying. Let me see. So Jaylen Brown, he averaged 24, 7, and 4. He shot bad from 3. Okay, I mean, I guess, but I don't know, bro. I don't know. I think you give Luka that team in any capacity, they just that much better.
Do Luka and them get past
Giannis and them
that year?
Yep.
That's enough. I don't think we talk about enough how the Luka versus Giannis. Like how do they match up against each other? Like what is they numbers against each other?
Like they numbers actually playing against each other?
Mm-hmm.
Let me look it up real quick.
Because we always
But
hear
who do you
Giannis
think is better?
versus. I mean, when it comes to certain arguments, all around, it ain't too many people that's gonna be better than Luka. I don't think nobody's better than him all around. You either just as good or you're not better. So all around wise, I'd probably say Luka is the better player.
Luka
But
averaged 30, 11, and 8 versus Giannis in 9 games. Let me look up his record. But he's only 2-7 against Giannis. So let me look up Giannis. But keep going. You said Luka better overall.
I think Luka is better overall, but just from like a dominant standpoint, I think that's what Giannis got him beat. And most of the time, I mean, that's what really counts in a sense, I guess. It's who
Giannis averaged 33, 12, and 4 against Luka. But keep going.
Because in a sense, when you think about winning, who do you want? The all-around player or the dominant player?
It depends on how dominant the all-around player is. If the all-around player is a Tatum and the dominant player is a Giannis, give me the dominant player. But if the all-around player is a Luka and the dominant player is a Giannis, I think
it's a toss-up.
Yeah, it's a toss-up. I say Luka a little bit more just because he's able to get you that step back three that Giannis ain't gonna be able to get you. He's able to get you that. Just I think that's what it is. Like, I trust him more as a closer because of his skill set. Like, if you need a three, it's like Giannis damn near become null and void. You gonna have to have a Chris Middleton or somebody. But with Luka, you got an all-in-one. So for when it comes to closeout games, two-way player though, Giannis. But just trajectory, bro, I just rather have Luka. It's less. You can't shut him down. We done seen the Walls shut down Giannis, bother Giannis. We really ain't seen too much, but injuries stopped Luka.
I mean, the past 2 years though, you can say the same thing about Giannis. Injuries done stopped him more than teams stopped him.
I know, but we done seen what the Raptors and Kawhi them did to him. We done seen it. We ain't never seen nothing like that against Luka. We just seen him lose.
Didn't the same Kawhi Leonard and the Clippers do that to Luka?
He was cooking them though. The reason they lost was just because they was the only time Luka has lost in the playoffs is because his team wasn't good enough. He's never lost a series where it's been like, man, why you lose the series?
But ain't that the same? Like when Luka beat Utah, didn't you say the same thing about Donovan Mitchell? He never had a competent team around him. So why do we brag on Utah being beat by them?
What you're talking about? That wasn't the series.
No, I'm saying because you know how I criticize Donovan Mitchell at times, and you said Donovan Mitchell ain't never had a competent team when he was with Utah. Tell me a team that he ever had that he was supposed to win with.
Yeah.
But you just sat here and said we never seen Luka lose. The only teams we seen Luka beat was other teams that was either unproven, not
that
competent.
Suns team. That Suns team had just went to a finals and they had the best record in the NBA.
But didn't you doubt Devin Booker?
Not at that time. Not at that time.
So when you seen them struggling against the Pelicans, you didn't start questioning if Booker really was that guy.
Yeah. But still, you still get points for that. They was an overwhelming favorite. And then the closeout game, the way they did them at home, nah, Ray, we're not doing it. That team should not have been in no conference finals.
So hold on a second, because if my memory serves correct,
are you just trying to pick me apart? What we doing here? Keep going though.
I'm trying to see if you just doing things for to fit a narrative, or if it's just this is how you really feel on it. So that let me break down that finals run that Devin Booker had and why it was a fluke. Against the Lakers, AD got hurt in game 2, and then LeBron got hurt the next game. Lakers was leading before AD got hurt. They end up the two main guys end up getting hurt. Suns win the series. The very next series, who did they play? Joker without Murray. Another series where the second guy on the team is gone. But we don't talk about this because they didn't end up finishing the job. But we sit here and we talk about Tyrese Halliburton and the Pacers on injury merchant. We sit here and talk about Jason Tatum in Boston facing they was injury merchant. But we don't never talk about that Suns run as injury merchants.
Because they came back and still had the best overall record in the league. There was a number 1 overall seed.
And what did they do in the playoffs?
Stop it. Hold on.
They struggled against a Zion Williamson-less team. Then the very next round, they literally choked. That's why I was saying that year before.
So the Mavericks don't get no credit for being the number 1 overall seed that was fully healthy. That's what you're trying to say to me. They was fully healthy. Fuck the Suns. They still was the number 1 overall seed. I'm talking about the Mavericks and Luka and what they did. Luka has never been. Hold on. Luka has never been in a position where he was a team where he was supposed to be like, oh yeah, you're supposed to get through them. You're supposed to get to a conference finals. You're supposed to get to a final. We was even doubting them this year. Where'd you have Luka and the Mavericks this year as your preseason rankings? Did you have him in the top 3? I know for a fact you didn't. So that's what I'm saying. So for them to be in the conference finals, he's steadily overperforming. Can we say that?
They did make some changes, and
we still had Denver. You had Minnesota in this series. I'm saying, right?
I did,
but I'm just saying, it's still like he's overperformed.
But I mean, I had
in the playoffs.
You got like I just had Minnesota walking over them. I had Minnesota in 7. Like it wasn't like they. I didn't think it was gonna be no cakewalk for either one of them.
Cakewalk.
But I mean, yeah, I'm saying in reality, yeah.
Man. With Tatum, he damn near was favored in all these series, bro. That's the difference, in my opinion. Giannis was favored in most of the series. He was winning MVPs. They was favored in the series that he was losing. Remember they were saying, man, Giannis might not be it. Giannis might not be this because he was losing series. People thought he was supposed to win. Luka's never been in those situations. Luka's been in the opposite.
But this is the thing that shows you how more dominant people looked at
Giannis. Yes. Okay, that's cool.
Because Giannis didn't have no teams really back then when he was losing that people thought he should have won in. That's a championship team. Name the team he had before he won a championship. Name the team before he won a championship.
He had Chris Middleton, Malcolm Brogdon, Eric Bledsoe. That was a pretty solid team to put in the
Eric
East.
Bledsoe.
Yeah, don't do that. Okay. We can't spend too much time on this.
Eric Bledsoe. After that first year with the Suns, Eric Bledsoe was done. That boy started just focusing on lifting weights. Boy, stopped working on his game.
Got to conference finals both times as a 5 seed. Facts. Luka has never been a favorite in a series. That kind of matters, bro.
I guess that matters, but I don't know.
It's easy to look. It's easy to be like, because this is my thing. You naturally come up with expectations. I know you always say you got to play the games. You got to play. But you know when you watching a series or you hear a certain matchup, you go automatically in your brain come up with, oh, this team should beat this team. It's natural. Luka has been in more positions.
If it's an obvious lining in it, yes, I'm gonna say that. But you've never heard me go into a series say a team that's. I don't care if it's a 1 seed and an 8 seed. How much did I have faith in OKC this year when we started getting down to the wire?
Okay.
I don't like. You've never heard me use
You
that
picked the
argument. Man, these
Mavericks.
guys were the favorites.
You picked the Mavericks though. I'm saying so. I get you on that point.
But
But what they're
I'm
doing
saying
against
that's
Minnesota,
why like that's
you
why
picked
I'm not.
Minnesota.
And it had nothing to do with the seeding. I just thought that I thought they
I'm
was
not
gonna
talking
win.
about seeding. That's what I'm saying. I'm not talking about seeding. We've seen Luka do this more than we've seen other superstars get further than what we think they are supposed to go. That's all I'm saying. Especially when it comes to somebody like Giannis or Tatum. Who thought Tatum was gonna lose to that Miami Heat team last year? Like, let's just keep it real. Who thought the Celtics was gonna lose to that team?
Shoot, last year people
Who
did
thought
think that.
the
First
Bucks was gonna
time
lose, even with the injuries? When Giannis came back, people were saying, "Man, they
you
gonna
can
come
say
back."
the first time the Heat beat Celtics, it was like I don't know. But that second time they lost, that's when people was like, man, they might lose.
So, did you say you got Luka over Giannis though, right?
Right now, yeah.
I think outside of that championship run, Luka has had more impressive playoff runs. Even though you can't take out a championship, but
I
you
can't
get what I'm trying
say
to say.
Luka only has that Western Conference Finals run. Giannis got a couple of those. So I mean, dude got
Luka
a
has
defensive player of the
taken
year,
less
man.
talent.
Like
I
Giannis got a
mean,
crazy resume.
he do, but in the playoffs, how it's looking. Luka has taken less talent further than you expect. You give Luka talent, and he doesn't lose.
I think what talent does Giannis have outside of Chris Middleton? That's just like, oh my God, talent. Name me the guy.
I'm not gonna do this with you. Bro.
Name me the guy, man.
Bro. So you talking about this year?
The championship team.
So with now Drew Holiday trash, Brook Lopez trash.
Go look
You
up
even
his
said
numbers.
Dante DiVincenzo, Bobby
You
Portis. That's good.
you just walked yourself into a bear trap. Go post
Look at
Drew
that conference
Holiday's
finals. Go
numbers.
look at that team versus the conference final team that
Post
Luka
Drew
had.
Holiday numbers in the playoffs.
Okay, so you saying that Luka has had comparable talent to what Giannis has had. He's played with just as good talent as Giannis. That's what you're saying. That
I'm
boy naming off.
saying nope, bro. So when you looked at the Bucks that year, you said this is a championship team.
Oh, Buki Allen say Luka's only been great in this series. Punt the brakes. Man, Luka been great. His whole playoff resume is great outside of the first two series this season. But Luka been in the playoffs for a long time.
I'm not about to say Luka is probably one of the best. This is very underwhelming for Luka, but aside from this playoffs, man, especially in his era, he's so far ahead of everybody else. It's crazy.
Ain't Luka top 5 in scoring in the playoffs? Averages.
I think points per game, yeah, for sure. Oh, they said, Maxey probably gonna be back for the finals. I doubt he played. They shouldn't play him in game 4 unless Lively don't play. If Lively's out, then yeah.
Okay, we go. You say Shea is older than Luka. What they got to do with anything, Chris? What is you talking about? And he's older by 1 year. Relax. But okay. Let me see. Top 5 players point per game. Michael Jordan, Luka, Allen Iverson, Kevin Durant, Jerry West, LeBron James, Donovan Mitchell, Devin Booker.
That's a nasty list after you said LeBron. Donovan Mitchell and Devin Booker.
Anthony Edwards and then Nikola Jokic.
That's nasty work, man.
Bro, Paolo Banchero is tied for like 14. But they ain't got the game. It's less games. You only got a minimum game to qualify. But Luka is number 2 to Michael Jordan. That's for you, Buki Allen. Luka is number 2 all time in points per game in the playoffs, right behind Michael Jordan. So I don't know if we can put the brakes. And it's his second conference finals at 25 years old. So they say most people don't start winning championships in the NBA to 27, 28. Michael Jordan's one of those guys. I'm just saying. Okay, we kind of get into we can kind of get into this. So Mavericks versus Timberwolves. Ray, I'm gonna keep it real with you. I got a couple things to say about this. Why it took them so long to start playing Nikhil Alexander Walker on Kyrie? What took them so long, bro? Not that it's just gonna be nothing too crazy, but I just think Mike Conley and Rudy Gobert. Didn't I say that? I said Mike Conley and Rudy Gobert. This might not be the series for them. Nikhil Alexander in slow mo.
I mean, they've been playing Cal. They've been playing the kill, but it's just the adjustments that they didn't make right away.
But this the lineup I wanted though. I wanted Nikhil Alexander at the 1, Anthony Edwards at the 2, McDaniels at the 3, Cal Anderson at the 4, Nas Reed at the 5.
But did you see what Kyrie was doing to Nikhil Alexander Walker as well last game? It got ugly again.
You just got to live with it though.
I think Kyrie just exposed their defense. I'm not saying they can't play defense, because don't get me wrong, them guys are great perimeter defenders. But Kyrie let them know, y'all poked the wrong bear. That's all it was. It's nothing personal. Ant had no business saying my name, and now I got to show y'all that nobody on y'all team can guard me. Because if I'm Kyrie, I'm looking at Ant as y'all best perimeter defender. I know what the fans probably think and what everybody else might. I'm taking that as, okay, I'm gonna embarrass your leader in front of y'all, and then when y'all try to come up and defend y'all leader, I'm gonna embarrass y'all as well. So, like, if I embarrass Ant and then y'all try to throw another guy on me and I can't embarrass him, that's gonna make me look bad. But if I start embarrassing everybody that they throwing at me, now that's really a what's called, I can destroy their morale completely. Because now they like, bro, it's nothing we can literally do. I seen Kyrie, what was so much of a morale kill was they were playing great defense. He was just making crazy shots.
And that's what I'm saying, right? But that's my point. But that's my point.
You gotta go back on offense. And you really trying to get a stop, and he make one of those shots, one of those tough fades, one of those shimmies one way, turn the other way, hit a turnaround fadeaway, and this dude is like 3-4 inches shorter than the guy that's checking him. And you got to go back down the court and get ready to run your offense set, but you running down with your head down, like, man, it's nothing we can literally do. Anytime we try to take the lead or tie the game back up, he just hits another tough shot after tough shot after tough shot.
Oh yeah, Boogie Allen. If you're talking about just this year, Luka was trashed in the first 2 rounds. I've been the main one saying it. I was keeping it 100 about it. As little Chris down there, you see here, he making faces. Luka was trashed in the first 2 rounds, but when they need him the most, in round 3 against the better team, man, he was trash, bro.
Trash is
by his standards.
Trash is crazy to say, but okay, yeah.
So
and it still came through in big games, big money.
Though I ain't gonna stunt. It's simple with the Wolves. Ant ain't been all that great. I think what's he averaging? 22 points. He averaging like 22 points, 8 assists, 8 rebounds. 22 points, 8 rebounds, 8 assists, 39 from the field, 33 from 3, 83 from the line. Ant been trash. Ooh, y'all know Cat stats? I don't know if y'all know his actual stats.
And he had like 15?
15, 8, and 3 on 28.
12,
14, 14, and 86. Anthony Towns is shooting 28% from the field, 14% from 3, and 86 from the free throw line.
Charles Barkley, then he had the audacity to say after the game he shoot 1,500 shots a day.
Don't look like it,
man. I think
ain't nobody in the playoffs shooting no 1,500 shots, man.
Why you
not right now?
Yeah, you're not overworking yourself like that. You mean get a couple hundred shots up of your game or whatever. You ain't doing 1,500. That's crazy.
And like Charles Barkley said, that's the problem. You taking 1,500 shots. You need to start shooting mid range and practicing on your post game.
That boy Buki do not fuck with Luka. That boy say
That's
Luka needs to
crazy.
win something before y'all start gas. Ain't nobody gassing on. He's second all time in playoff points per game. All time.
Luka has more first team All NBAs than Steph Curry.
5 first team All NBAs. It's 5, right?
In
I think it's
6
5
years. In 6 years.
I mean, that's impressive. I'm not gonna take
first team.
that's
nah,
impressive.
first team is crazy.
That's impressive, but who was his counterparts in that aspect? Because he wasn't going up. He wasn't going.
This year, it was positionless.
Look at who Steph had to go up against in his prime, point guard wise, versus who Luka had to go up against in his primes. Like, come on now.
Man,
So
the
point
best
guard
point guard in the
position
NBA.
no
I
more?
don't give a damn if you 22, 23. Bro, nah, hell no.
I
don't care. I'm 21.
Name me a
I don't
point
care.
guard. Name me
I
a
don't
point
care.
guard.
I don't
Name me
care.
a point guard now that's
care.
first team all that's worthy.
I'm
not naming Luka.
I don't care. I don't care. I do. I'm telling you, I'm 100%.
So it's his fault they not performing like first team All NBA point guard. Like, what is he supposed to do? Just not
first
performing?
Chris, we not even do this. First team All NBA 5 years in a row at 25. So you getting it since you was 20 years old, 19, 20 years old.
You can talk, man. You can talk about the contemporaries or like the strength of guards or whatever, but there's a lot of good guards. It's not even just point guard; it's guards in general. And then they moved it to positionless, so now anybody can get on there. You don't have to be just
point guard. That positionless. I know. Hear that.
Now, but when Steph Curry was doing it, he was just going up against guards and point guards, and of course Steph Curry's gonna get he should be one of the better point guards in the league.
Russell Westbrook wasn't playing during that time.
He was, but y'all dog Russell Westbrook, and Kyrie always missing games.
Bro, I dog Russell Westbrook for some of his performance in the playoffs, which is, so because I like a player, I don't supposed to also tell it like it is when they not performing up to the standards they should be performing to.
I ain't say that.
But I'm just saying, like, it's some guy like Luka is an all-time great worthy type of player. Like when you think about just the skill, the MVP, the conference finals he done got to. He got to a finals before. Like, then you got Kyrie Irving, who's proven in the playoffs, proven in clutch moments. Like, you got the Damian Lillards, who he was also in that era of when Steph was coming through. So I mean, like, I don't know. Like, you had a legit 4 to 5 guys that was like at any season, one of these guys could be All NBA. Now for point guard, it's only gonna be between Luka and Shea, as long as they healthy. It's no other guard that you really gonna just be like, they're better than this guy.
It's positionless. My
this
thing
is the first shoot. I'm saying, you can bring it up like it's been going on for years.
Matter. Who at 20 years old making first team All NBA? I don't care how weak
most
you see in the position. That's what you're saying.
Depending on the era, most guys didn't come in the league at 20.
So 6 years ago, the point guard position in the NBA was weak.
That's basically what he's saying. Point guard ain't never been weak in the history of the
NBA. Luka came in either in the middle of their primes or on the tail end of some of those guys' primes. That's what I'm saying.
The middle of a prime is a bad time to come in.
So that way,
that time you reaching your prime, if you come in the middle of my prime, that time you actually reach your peak or your prime, where am I going to be at? Either out of the league or just a role player on the team.
This man, come on, Bookie, bro. You ain't been watching because the Mavericks are not going to get hunted by them. Luka and Kyrie been playing great defense, and then if that's the case, why isn't Minnesota hunting them? They're not, because it's not really a thing that they can do at the moment. And if you can say that screen hunt, Mavericks can do the same thing. Mavericks there's not anybody that can. Mavericks, there's not anybody that can check Luka and Kyrie on the Celtics. I don't care if
I was just gonna say, but you can't hunt nobody. You literally can't hunt nobody. You can hunt Horford.
Yeah, you can hunt Horford. I'll hunt his old butt.
But I think Porzingis gonna be back by the end. So
even then, I think Boston does a better job of switching than what the Minnesota has been displaying.
Like, the Mavericks have played great defenses. I'm not sure why people think that all of a sudden when like I said,
Man,
offensive players. Nobody's never do that.
Mavericks made a great defense, just look not so great this series.
Yeah. Hey, y'all
And that's hard to do.
Y'all want to go ahead and rank these top 10 backcourts of all time real quick? And no, let's go and do this start bench cut because I thought this was funny. Let's do the start bench cut real quick. I want to hear Ray because I think I've seen yours already, Chris. Ray, start bench cut, Cat, Randall, Laurie, marketing. Just based off who you would want. You ain't gotta take resumes into consideration. Just who would you want right now?
I start Laurie marketing. I bench. I bench Randall and cut Cat.
He's exactly like mine. Go ahead and do yours, Chris.
Say, man, I said start Cat. I said start Cat. Bench Laurie, cut Randall. I'm not gonna let recency bias affect how I feel about how I feel about Cat's talent in general. So,
Man, I just think out of all these dudes, he's the most boneheaded and he's the worst defender. And that's just what it comes down to. And I think all these dudes second options. What?
We were just praising Cat's defense on the 3-time MVP.
I wasn't. Like I wasn't.
I thought we was praising more Nas Reed, but
Nas Reed. Okay.
I think Julius Randle low key. He got to prove.
We gonna act like Nas Reed wasn't coming through in the clutch on the defensive end on Jokic last series.
We're not gonna act like that, but we're not gonna act like Cat wasn't doing his thing too.
He was in foul trouble. You doing a good job. You in foul trouble every game.
He was doing all right, bro. I think Julius Randle, if he was more proven in the playoffs and if he was less whiny, I think he probably should be the starter, but he folds and he takes too many jumpers. I think Laurie Markkinen will be the perfect second guy, and I like the way he plays with people. I just think Laurie Markkinen is the best player right here. Okay, we for the rank the backcourts. Yep. So I'm gonna share the screen. Let me do it like that. So is that big enough? Or should we just go full screen? Should we just go full screen? Fuck it, we'll just go full screen. So we go start at number 1. I think we can all say Steph and Clay, the best backcourt of all time. Everybody agree right there?
Yeah.
So that was pretty easy. So number 1, we got Steph and Clay. Now this is where it's finna start to get a little. Who's 2? I vote, me personally, I vote Parker and Ginobili. Me personally.
Yep, I agree.
Boy, Chris to the left. Well, yeah. So we got Steph and Clay, Tony Parker, Ginobili. Number 3, Isaiah and Joe. They both got finals MVPs, won back-to-back championships.
Yeah, I won't argue that.
All right. Going Isaiah Thomas and Joe Dumars. Now, this is where the fun begins.
Give me Magic and Scott.
Magic and Scott.
People sleep on Byron Scott, man.
Byron
Dude was
Scott.
like a fourth option, fifth option, really, and was giving you 19 points.
How many championships Byron Scott got with Magic?
Shoot, at least 3.
Okay, I'm going here. And he was like at 17 a game. I remember he was something like that.
Tough defender. Now he wasn't that great on the road, from what I hear. He was, he was always a at home guy.
That's cool because I understand that. Magic and Byron Scott. 5. I ain't gonna stunt. I think this is the most underrated backcourt of all time. Walt Frazier and Earl the Pearl. Oh, you ain't trying to hear that shit. Both
They got a
NBA
championship
75
together.
guys. Yeah. So we can go Walt Frazier and Earl the Pearl, New York Knicks.
Chauncey and Rip got one too, though.
But individual accolades, if it come down to that, I'm gonna have to give it to Walt Frazier and Earl over Chauncey and Rip.
I guess, yeah, because I understand Chauncey and Rip. I'm just saying it because you put them on the list, but that was more of a team effort. Just
They still both was all-stars at one point, and they still did their thing.
The whole team was at one point. They had a starting. Their whole starting five was in the All-Star game.
Chauncey Billups did get a Finals MVP. Richard Hamilton was an All-Star and a leading scorer, so they deserve to be on the list. But at 5 over Walt and Earl, that's the only thing. Because Walt Frazier got Finals MVPs, he got All-Stars, he got all the NBAs, same thing.
We can go Walt and Pearl.
So I'm assuming 6 is going to be Chauncey and Rip.
Yeah. It's going to be some old heads. It's going to be like, y'all don't know nothing about no Jerry West and Gail Goodrich.
Oh, yeah. I ain't trying to hear that shit, though. Put them against them dudes right now. 6, CP3, James Harden, bro. I ain't gonna cap. No, they not better than Luka and Kyrie. I don't know. Who you got? Who you going with? I ain't gonna stun. I'm saving them old dudes. Just got them on here for consideration, but I'm saving them for like 9 and 10 at best.
Give me Luka and Kyrie. People can say people gonna be like, man, recency bias and all this.
Don't give a damn. 8. Is it CP3 or James Harden? Dame, CJ?
I don't know if I put Chris. How many years did Chris Paul and Harden play together?
I think it was like 2. They got to a conference finals though. Like they played together like 3 seasons. I would say, where's MJ and Harper? That's doing too much.
Who
That
said
is
that?
not. Chris, because if you had to put Derek Fisher and Kobe on here, if you did that.
I guess Kobe would have carried the load enough to be like, man, that is legit.
We won't know, just absolute.
I just realized he said that.
No offense to them.
If it was Harper from the Cleveland days before the injury, shoot, they probably would have been the greatest duo for show.
Bob, I feel like I feel bad if I don't put Bob Cousy over the rest. Bob Cousy, but that's
women wise. Yeah, but
hey, Cousy got an MVP.
Man. I seen Bob Cousy highlight tape. That boy was out there just dribbling in circles, and people was amazed by it.
Sometimes it's not about that, bro. That's so disrespectful. So, yeah, I think you got to put the CP3 and James Harden in. We leaving the old people out for last.
You taking them over Dame and CJ? At one point, Dame and
Hell
CJ.
yeah,
At
because they
one
got to a
point,
conference
Dame
finals
and
too.
CJ had the highest backcourt average.
Who you taking? I mean, it's an argument, but it's just
They've been
like
to a conference finals,
I know that's why I said it's an argument, but it's like
and
CJ
they was
McCollum
together
ain't got no
longer.
accolades, but CJ McCollum ain't got no accolades. So I think that would be the separator because it's like, damn, Chris Paul and James Harden. I just would feel some type of way putting Dame and CJ over them. And CP3 and James Harden had way tougher competition.
He said, "Why not Kobe and Fisher? Come on, man."
I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that, bro.
I love Fisher for his clutchness. He was a hell of a role player, but no, this ain't the argument for him.
Duo, yes, it's about duos. That mean two. Both got to be good. One can't be carrying that much. No, we're not doing that.
That ain't a duo.
Yeah, that's a goddamn a backpack. So who your vote, Ray? Chris, let us know. Damian Lillard and CJ or Chris Paul, James Harden. Watch people go really cook us. They're like Chris Paul and James Harden, duh. Chris, help us out, bro. CP3 and Harden or
I
Dame and
guess
CJ?
we can go CP3 and Harden.
What's your real pick? What's your real pick?
I mean, when you put it from the standpoint where I don't know, but CJ did kind of was underwhelming in the playoffs. I ain't gonna say kind of. He was, man. He loved Dame to dry in big situations. And people always like, man, Dame didn't do no. Man, when you out there literally by yourself,
and you could say CP3 was hurt with Harden. I mean, it just I don't know, bro. I'm going CP3 and Harden, bro. CP3 and Harden, bro. I just would feel kind of ugly having. Neither one of them is better than neither one of them. Like Dame and CJ, neither one of them is better than Chris Paul or James Harden. They second guy not better than they second guy. They first guy not better than they first guy. So now we got Dame and CJ.
I know people gonna be pissed. How you don't got Bob Cousy?
I'm like, nigga, you don't even know who Sam Jones is. That's what I was saying. Man, I'm putting Dame and CJ right here.
All they gonna know is he a Hall of Famer. Okay. You can put Dame and CJ though.
You gonna be mad. Motherfuckers mad at everything. They don't even want us to
People
talk.
gonna be mad. People gonna want you to put James. They gonna argue about Jason Kidd and Vince Carter being the top 5 duo.
Oh no, if they do that, I'm like, bro, the one they lost to year 3 LeBron. So now,
the crazy part is Jerry West and Gail Goodrich as a backcourt was actually.
I was just gonna say that.
Better than Bob Cousy and Sam Jones. They just had the better team.
So we're giving it to Jerry West and Gail Goodrich for the final spot?
Yeah. Shoot, to be honest, they should be ahead of Dame. Now that I think of it.
You want to do
that? Put them ahead of Chris Paul, too.
Ooh.
They went to a lot of finals together.
Okay.
And was Gail Goodrich on the what? They won the one?
Let me see real quick.
Shoot, we being respectable. Got to probably put them ahead of Luka and them too, though, because it's only one run by Luka.
Oh no,
I understand from a skill standpoint. People gonna be like, bro, Luka and them better.
They won at 72. Gail Goodrich on their 72 team. Nah, bro, I ain't doing that. Nah, bro. I'm sorry.
So a duo that won, and they was
because Luka and Kyrie still got time. If we could change this,
we only going based off what we know of so far. We ain't going based off of what can happen going forward. Because how we know going forward, what can it can get.
I'm saying this year. I'm saying they're damn near in the finals this year. Got a chance to get that one that Jerry West and Gail Goodrich got. You see what I'm saying? So like
But I'm
that's not
saying
too
Gail
far of a
Goodrich
gap.
and Jerry West got a lot of runs together. They just didn't complete it in the finals. Like it
I'm
wasn't like they
only
was getting knocked out
you
in the
that
part of the
old. I'm
playoffs.
only looking at that one ring. I ain't looking at all them damn runs where it's only 3 teams. That's good. Nope.
But then we take that into account with
Right. Do you really want Jerry West and Gail Goodrich over Luka and Kyrie?
So why did we pick Walt Frazier and Pearl number 5? They only got one championship.
They both was dogs though. I don't know, bro. Like, you want to do it? You want to put them over Luka and Kyrie, Jerry West and Gail Goodrich? Cause it'll be very ugly, bro. I'm with Ray on that. So what we doing, Ray? We putting Jerry West and Gail Goodrich at 7, bumping Luka and Kyrie to 8. You really on some Laker bias shit too. Broke it
No,
down a
man.
little.
I just, bro. If I was on that, I would have said that from the rip. I literally forgot about them as a duo that you had up there until we got to the final 3. And I'm like, wait, hold on a second now. Something's off.
They gonna be mad at us for putting Tony Parker and Mono over Isaiah and Joe too. I don't give a damn.
I mean, the fact that Isaiah and Joe both got Finals MVPs,
Tony and
and
Parker.
they the only team from their era to beat Jordan, Bird, and the Lakers. That's crazy.
Shit, I'm just sticking up for my era. Tony Parker and Mono, bro. If we was trying to be politically correct. But that's the thing. I'm not trying to be politically correct. That's the only thing. It's not starting back.
I say put Jerry and Gil ahead. Just for now, though.
Okay. Manu was off the bench. He still was part of the backcourt. They still played a majority of time together. It's backcourt, not starting backcourt. When it mattered the most, Tony Parker and Manu Ginobili was the backcourt. So you put in Jerry West. This is gonna give people like, bro. People they go clown us, bro. Oh,
they ain't gonna have no legit argument. All they gonna be able to say is, man, could Jerry West hit a turnaround fadeaway over a taller defender like Kyrie can? Like they gonna just talk. They gonna go straight to skill talk because that's all they can really talk about at the moment.
Okay, so you happy with our top 10, Ray? You want to make any moves? Okay. So top 10 backcourts of all time. Number 1, we got Stephen Klay Thompson. Number 2, we got Tony Parker and Manu Ginobili. Number 3, we got Isaiah Thomas and Joe Dumars. Number 4, we got Magic Johnson and Byron Scott. Number 5, we got Walt Frazier and Earl the Pearl Monroe. Number 6, we got Chauncey Billups and Richard Hamilton. Number 7, we got Jerry West and Gail Goodrich. Number 8, we got Luka Doncic and Kyrie Irving. Number 9, we got Chris Paul, James Harden. 10, we got Damian Lillard and CJ McCollum. Honorable mentions: Bob Cousy, Sam Jones, Jason Kidd, and Vince Carter. I guess we could throw in Derek Harper and Michael Jordan and Derek Fisher and Kobe Bryant. Ron Harper. I said Derek. What did I say? Whatever. I don't know.
The Mavericks guy.
Oh, yeah. Ron Harper and Michael Jordan and Derek Fisher and Kobe. Yeah. Read and weep, suckers, because I know y'all gonna be mad. Now, I got that's a good list. Old guards shouldn't be faulted for being old. Facts. We did our best. People gonna be mad at Cousy. Man, I don't disrespect Cousy, but come on now. Ray, I got some cat. I did some cat trades, and I want to share them with you right now. And we're gonna try to find the best cat trade. Let me see. I guess I'm gonna start with. I'm trying to find the one that's gonna be the most realistic. I like this one. Okay, here we go. You see it? I got Darius Garland, Karis LeVert, Sam Merrill from the Cavaliers, well, Carl Anthony Towns, and Wendell Moore. How we feeling about that?
Mm.
Who
So
says no first?
now we're gonna have Cat Mobley and Jared Allen.
No, I'm assuming one of them gets traded.
What you gonna get in
Jared Allen gets
return?
traded.
A point?
We
A
know.
shooting guard or something? You gonna go look for a shooting guard or something?
See, we're not worried about that right
I
now. I
don't
don't
like
know.
this trade though.
You don't like it? Why you don't like it? And for who? Who you don't like it for?
Neither team.
Cavs giving a lot. Cavs giving a lot. What's the a lot? Karis LeVert, Darius Garland.
I just don't think I don't think Karis LeVert or Darius Garland kind of fits the mold of what Minnesota is trying to build. So I don't think they're not even gonna be interested in that.
Karis LeVert can play defense, and he can come in as a 6-man. We promote Nas Reed to the starting power forward. Darius Garland taking over at point guard for Conley.
Karis LeVert is also inconsistent.
Yeah, it is what it is. Cat inconsistent. I don't know. Well, you don't like that one.
You think they'd rather have an inconsistent role player than an inconsistent star?
Leave me alone, bro. I don't know. So you don't like that one. How about this? DeMar DeRozan for Cat straight up. You don't like that one either? You like this trade? Let me know what it said.
Do you think the Timberwolves agree to that?
I don't know, bro. I just think you need somebody to go get you some buckets, bro. Like, you need somebody that's go get you some buckets. It could possibly help close games too. Because you starting to ask Ant to score, close games, and god damn.
And guard the other teams.
And guard the other team's best shooter. Yeah, come on, man. God damn. I think DeMar will help the scoring load. And then it could be like I don't know. It's really not a good one. It's not that good. So that's a no for that one too. Whatever. Because Chris said it's not getting enough. What about this one? This is my most realistic one. And it's the last one. Warriors Timberwolves trade. Timberwolves get Clay, Chris Paul, Kuminga. Warriors get Cat.
So I'm assuming that the Warriors, in this trade, they basically like starting anew.
You could say something like that.
Well, I mean, aside from Steph and Cat being there, from a hypothetical standpoint.
The only person after old guard getting traded is Clay.
So you say run it back with Draymond?
You said what?
You say run it back with Draymond?
Yep. I don't mind this one, to be honest. Warriors need a pick. I ain't giving him no pick. Yeah, this good enough. You getting Cat. The only thing I'm getting is Kaminga and Clay. And Chris Paul, I'm writing him off the books.
I'm finna say, yeah. I don't think Chris Paul stay. They already got an old point guard.
It's really hard to find. It was really hard to find Cat trades to where it would actually make basketball sense.
Plus all that money that he owed this next year coming up.
So you don't like this one either, right? Because
It's
it's really about Clay
okay.
and Kuminga. It's really about Clay and Kuminga.
It's okay, but shoot, after the year they just seen after the couple years they just seen a Clay.
Clay wasn't bad.
You
People are
want
blowing
Clay?
it out of proportion. Dude, still giving you. What was Clay giving you?
He's
Let me
only
see.
shooting good from the three, man. Everything else outside of that was no. A 6'7" guy shooting 40% is nasty. The dude was
What
shooting
about
Trey. He was shooting Trey Young numbers from the field, and people just didn't bet an eye because he shot good from the 3-pointer. Like I hate this era of basketball.
he's almost shooting 58% true shooting.
Oh my god,
43%. That's just not terrible. And
that's
39 from
bad.
three.
If you are a 6'7" guy who most of your looks are open off the you're not a shot creator. All your stuff is off of catch and shoots. Shooting 43 is unacceptable, man. I don't want to hear it. You know how
39
much,
from three, and you
bro?
taking 9 threes. You taking 9 threes game. You still
That's
39, 40%.
that's exactly why I hate this era of basketball.
That's what he gonna be needing to do.
If we value efficient scoring from only the 3-point line. You can be bad everywhere else, but if you good from that 3-point line, you're okay with me as a jump shooter. No,
Y'all remember I told y'all how Cat was gonna fold? I literally told y'all, bro, not to be like that. Yeah, now he in his trade machine. But what's the best trade package for Cat, man? Because if y'all find a better trade package for Cat, let me know. Because it was very hard. I got Cat to the Warriors for Clay, Chris Paul, and Kuminga. Rating like that one. I got Cat to the Cavaliers for Darius Garland, Karis LeVert, Sam Merrill. Rating like that one. I got Cat for DeMar DeRozan straight up. Rating like that one. And I got Cat for Paul George straight up. Cat for Paul George straight up. Most likely a sign and trade.
Clippers ain't got to do that.
I mean, statistically, 4 out of 10 threes is the same as 60% shooting rate from two. It's just math, but I understand why it's weird though. And that's what I'm telling Ray. Clay still shooting 40% damn near from three, and he's taking 9 threes a game. You don't think Minnesota need that? And you bringing in Kuminga. I would like Kuminga with Rudy, McDaniels, Clay. No, I don't know. It's hard with these cat trades. But you ain't like none of my cat trades.
Just throw them in the trash.
Well, I don't think really too many places he would fit in, bro. I don't know. But yeah. Let's get into this Celtics Pacers series.
He said Cat and Rory Markkinen low key would be a good trade.
Cat and Lauri Markkinen low key would be a good trade. But Utah don't want Cat. They just keep it up. I was thinking about that, but I was like, bro, Utah don't.
They gonna
Utah,
ask for something else with Cat.
they just don't. They don't want him. I just don't think they they don't want him. What they gonna do with him? You can't build no team around though. I think him going to Cleveland actually not bad if you trade Jared Allen. A front court of Cat and Mobley wouldn't be bad, in my opinion. And then him and Donovan Mitchell. I think Donovan Mitchell would like them more. I don't know. But Celtics Pacers are down 0-3 to the Celtics. They just put up a hell of a fight in game 3. We're assuming, of course, this series is over. Who right now is the favorite for Eastern Conference Finals MVP, right? I'm going Jaylen Brown easily, in my opinion.
I'm gonna say easily.
Man, y'all in this last game. Man.
Game 1 and 3, Tatum was clearly the best player. Come on now. If they get swept, I mean, depending on how this last game play out, but so far, game 1 and 3, Tatum was the best player. It wasn't even close. Not only was he the best player throughout the game, when the clutch came, you could literally see Jaylen Brown like, Tatum, you the number one option. In game 1, when they went to overtime, they all literally was just like, "It's showtime, Tatum," and that just rubbed me the wrong way. Because if you trying to fight for Brown as your MVP, how can you overlook that when they all literally bowed down to Tatum like, "This is your crown. You dropped it almost. We caught it for you."
I'm going to say
Come
Rick
on.
Barr. That's right.
I understand though. You know, it's the unpopular thing to hate on Tatum.
It ain't even. Nah, I told you. Now we seeing how Ant playing in the conference finals, how bad of a playmaker Ant is, and all those things. I start to respect Tatum game more because Tatum is better than Ant. The fact that we tried to just put Ant over
But
Tatum.
you remember when we used to get on Tatum about his playmaking and how he just one season it's like, man, he got way better. And as the season went on since then, you can kind of see the improvement even more.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, as of right now, how we just was still putting so many people over Tatum. Just was like, I slowed my roll, you know.
I mean, Ant was on a crazy playoff run before this series.
I just think he's easier to stop than Tatum. Tatum stopped himself.
Yeah.
And who would I rather have? Because you gotta look at the rebounding, the passing, just the overall defense, not just one-on-one defense. Whoa. Don't Tatum game look robotic to y'all sometimes. He good though. He like a better Joe Johnson type of. He remind me of Paul George. He more like the Paul George type of guy. Joe Johnson, a better Joe Johnson. Joe Johnson ain't rebound and play defense like Tatum. That's really my only thing when it comes to defense.
Joe Johnson, man. Man, that boy Joe Johnson used to submit to Jamal Crawford as the finisher. Like, come on now, what are we talking about here?
He said a better Joe Johnson in his defense.
That's an insult to Tatum. You want to be no better Joe Johnson? We're not even the same archetype.
He said, yeah, that's why he said better. He said better. I felt where he was coming from. Because the same problems we had with Joe Johnson, same problems we had with Tatum offensively. But now, where the difference is with Tatum just clears in playmaking, rebounding, defense. That's a lot of areas to clear. But what else will we supposed to be talking about until this Pacers series? I said how the Pacers was gonna be better without Tyrese Halliburton. How at least
it was one
look
game,
better.
and come on, now They back against the wall. Come on now.
I'm almost just
They got
saying
a
from a
great
defense
coach over there.
perspective.
They got a great coach. They got players that play hard. Like it ain't gonna be an easy. They not just gonna bow out.
But Ray, I'm saying
Joe Johnson was 6'8".
yes.
What? Joe Johnson.
He was 6'7", 6'8", 6'7", 6'8", one of them. Are you serious?
I never seen.
What you thought he was 6'5"?
So when he stood next to Kobe, you said you thought he was tall. I thought they was the same height.
And he ain't no damn 6'6". When the last time you just it say he listed at 6'7"? But boy, you true.
That's crazy. When he stood next to Paul Pierce, it was a glaring difference. And Chris, and I mean, did I say Chris Paul or Paul? No, I said Paul Pierce. I said it right. But Paul Pierce was about 6'8", 6'9". If y'all that close in height, it shouldn't be no glaring difference. Man, they lied about his height. That boy was not no 6'7".
Bro. Joe Johnson was 6'7", bro.
Bro, they got him listed at 6'7", 240. Did he look 240 to you? I know he was.
Oh my goodness, he was big.
He had a solid build, but come on now, 240.
Okay, Ray, you arguing with semantics at this point. Joe Johnson was big, bro. That was a big dude.
Bro, I'm just saying, man,
he was just as big as Tatum, damn near. And he was a scorer, so it's not crazy.
That's all he was, though. What do we see in Joe Johnson game his whole career? An ISO scorer, that was it. That's the only thing he excelled at.
I know. I said that. He clearly.
It's not the same archetype. How are we gonna be the same archetype? You only good in one aspect of the game, and I'm doing all around stuff. Like, what are we talking about?
Yeah, Tatum a two-way archetype, the Paul George type archetype. You right?
We always talked about Joe Johnson never reached his full potential. We talking about like
yes, he did.
No, he did not.
Bro, that potential shit, that shit's over with once your career over with. He reached.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying in real time what we were saying about him. I'm not saying now. Nobody talks about Joe Johnson no more. I'm saying in real
he was
time.
Number one scoring option. He was an all-star.
And we thought he still should have been better. Because he shrunk in the clutch. That it didn't look good. You a number one scoring option, you shrinking in the most important time. You're not reaching your full potential.
Okay. Get back to Celtics Pacers, right? There's really nothing to talk about, though.
I'm finna say it's a sweep.
Andrew Nembhard, he been 27 and I think 4.
Man,
27 what, bro?
This is a spy trip on the anniversary. It's a clean body, man.
Bruh. So you can't say Andrew Nembhard been balling though. 53 from the field.
He been balling in the sweep. That's cool.
47 from the field. And I told you, TJ McConnell, 28 and 5. He ended up getting, I think what he ended up doing like
this, and Boston is showing you why they're playing out of their role, because they playing this good old basketball about to be swept.
If you at the court, who you picking, Ja Morant or Jason Tatum? At the court, like just
what does this mean?
Like pick up.
Bruh, I'm picking Jamal Crawford. It's a lot of people that can get picked.
Man, it's Ja Morant and Tatum. It's Ja Morant and Tatum.
I'm saying though, what does this prove if I pick up one or the other?
It proves you rather
win a championship. Who am I picking? That should matter more. Like, of course, in a pickup game, yeah, it's gonna be more fun. Yeah, but if I want to play an actual, like, okay, now we playing organized and we trying to actually talk about winning here. I'm not picking no Ja Morant because, for one, he not ain't gonna be healthy enough.
Man, we outside. Give me Ja Morant. He got that thing on him, so I'll be feeling safe at the court.
That's bad.
Nah, give me Tatum though. Even in one-on-one settings, 2-on-2, 3-on-3, half court. Give me Tatum, bro. Starting the team.
If you had
Still
a
give me Tatum.
if you had a pickup game though, and a 6'8", 6'9" dude walk out there that's in
It
the
ain't no slouch.
NBA,
It ain't no sloppy. He ain't the sloppy 6'8", barely being able to walk 6'8".
a top 10 play in the
Athletic.
NBA, man.
An
Like what are
athletic
we
6'8".
what are we talking about?
Give me Tatum. He's starting a team. Still give me Tatum. What the hell? Ja Morant can't play no defense. He can't stay healthy. Can't shoot.
And he was trying to move back to the hood that he is never from.
That boy is not.
The
Bro,
man is
him and Zion is
delusional.
from the same era. I mean, area. They is from the suburbs.
Tatum from St. Louis.
Tatum or SGA. Man, do we not watch that Maverick series? Give me SGA. If SGA had one proven guy that could do something with him. Because that was the first time Chet and Jada went for 20 points with him. So give me SGA. SGA over Tatum, bro. No offense. What has Tatum done without Brown? He did carry them to the playoffs and get one win against KD, Kyrie, and Harden at the height of their powers. He did do that. 50
I
that 50
mean,
ball. 50 ball.
how can we say what Tatum has done without Brown? What did Brown do without Tatum?
Nothing at all, ever. That's why I say I give Tatum that.
I'm like, how is that Tatum fault that Brown was already there by the time he got there? How is that on? How did? I don't even think people understand how delusional they sound when they try to make it like an argument about Tatum posed to win because it, like, why is that Tatum fault that he was drafted there?
We'll go answer a couple more questions, then we finna get to the Celtics marriage just for a quick second because the series ain't over yet, but I just want to talk about it real quick. Tatum is not just like that. Tatum is just not like that to me. I don't see what y'all see in this dude. Dude is finna go to another finals. Dude is always in the Eastern Conference Finals. He's clearly the best player on Boston. He's probably he's the second best two-way player in the league. You can argue first. Because his offense clears Giannis' offense, but then Giannis get more points. He's second best all-around player. He's an actual all-around player. Sometimes he just take too many threes, bro. That's really my only problem with him. We don't see him
How
be
did
good.
Luka
We don't
even
see him
get in?
have
How did
40
Luka
points.
even get in this topic? We ain't said nothing about Luka.
Didn't I send you that Stan meme? Obviously, like that tells you all you need to know about Chris, bro.
We ain't never said Tatum was the best player in the league. We ain't said none of that.
Tatum is but I ain't. My only thing is we never seen Tatum with a less than team do some stuff that Luka has done. That's the only thing we ain't seen Tatum.
So what was Tatum supposed to do? Boston trade
I'm
all the
not
good pieces
saying,
to raise
dude.
so I can try to prove.
I'm just saying we haven't seen it. I'm just saying we haven't seen it. We ain't seen how much he could carry a team. But I will say I give him credit for what he did against the Nets, against
That's just like, bro.
Kyrie, Harden, and
That's like
KD. He scored
minimizing. That's
50.
like minimizing Magic's all-time great status because he always played on a great team.
Okay, I'm just saying, Ray. That's why people do it. But we did see Tatum what he did to Giannis in that second round. We seen what he did against Philly last year. We've seen what he did against like I said, that Nets team. Tatum done had some crazy moments in the
Against the
playoffs.
Bucks.
That's what I said. So Tatum a dog. Magic won with his all-time talent. Tatum hasn't. Tatum didn't have the all-time talent like that, though.
Bro, what all-time talent does Tatum have compared to Kareem and James Worthy? You put Tatum on that team, he
That's what
winning
I
with
said.
them too. Like, come on now.
Yeah, I said the same thing. Tatum good, no lie, but I think him the same way as I see Devin. No. See, nope, I'm not doing that. Nope. Tatum clears Devin Booker, bro. Well, they in the same tier, but he's higher in that second tier, clearly. Devin Booker to fell the fuck off. I used to look at them the same. Then I just see they complete overall games and Tatum bigger. Nah, bro. Tatum has a way more complete game than Devin Booker, bro. You can say D Book probably a better scorer, but when they needed him the most, If it weren't for that 50, if it weren't for that 50 burger, bro, we'll be on Booker ass. But that shit made his stats look way better than what they should have been. Okay, collision course, Boston versus Mavericks. Ray, what you think of that series? Then we gotta get a off her.
Man, I think the most under talking point is that Tatum and Brown don't want to repeat of what their first championship was like. Like people just thinking, like people waiting to see Tatum and Brown get exposed, but nobody's talking about once they finally get back to the finals that they don't want to have it. They don't want that. Like they already experienced losing in the playoffs, and not just losing, not playing to the best of their capabilities. So I think it's gonna be. I don't think it's gonna be what the conference finals be. I don't think it's about to be that for sure.
You say Luka and Kyrie about to embarrass these dudes. Okay, now we overdoing it with Boston. Boston is not gonna roll over. They got the perfect. I feel like the perfect matchup for Dallas in terms of defense would be Boston because you got Drew, who I think people sleep on Drew, his strength versus Luka's strength. I think that's gonna be a solid matchup. Derek White and Kyrie. I mean, great players go get their own, but PJ on Tatum, Derrick Jones Jr. on Jaylen Brown. I feel like this is a great matchup all around. But I think Celtics got the edge on defense. Mavericks got the edge on offense. I think Mavericks got the edge in coaching, and they got the edge in late game closing. So me personally, I'm taking the Mavericks, and I would have took anybody out the West over the Celtics. I ain't gonna lie. So I don't know. Boston got a weak front court. I mean, yeah, but Mavericks front court ain't just world beaters. They do their jobs, but front court points ain't finna be the. I don't know. I got Mavericks. I think the Mavericks match up with, but I think it's not gonna be easy. It's gonna be 6 or 7. I know we've been saying it, but it's gonna be
For
6 or
every
7.
series,
Bro.
just about.
Yeah. And I wouldn't be surprised if Boston win.
This gonna either be a big coming out party for Tatum or Brown, or Luka establishing himself as the face of the league.
Mm-hmm.
Because the big talk was the face of the league was either coming out from Luka or Ant winning in the West. That's what the talk was. The face of the league coming out of the West, regardless.
I think
But they ain't
Ant
talking
knocked
about that
himself.
flip side.
I think Ant knocked himself out of it just because.
No, I'm saying they were saying before that the series started, whoever wins in the West was gonna be the new face of the league, whatever. But I'm saying the flip side to that is if Jason Tatum or Jaylen Brown get their Finals MVP.
It's like that's the point. It's pressure on them when no one even expected the Mavs to be here. People was expecting the Mavs to be here. Not probably to the point where like people was picking them, but they was like, I wouldn't be surprised. Ultimate pressure versus no pressure.
You don't think it's pressure on Luka?
It's pressure on Luka.
Luka finally got a competent team, and people going like. At first, he was like, I can't really criticize because I never expected him to get to the places he's gotten with the teams he got. But now he finally got a solid team around him. You don't think that's pressure on Luka if he go out there and lose this series? You don't think that's holding over Luka's head? Like, no, I gotta win.
I mean, bro,
has he not been a top 3 player in the league the past like at least?
I understand, but it's not gonna be just getting to this finals. Getting to a finals, beating Minnesota, beating the Clippers, beating OKC, losing to Boston wouldn't. It's not gonna be.
So you think him beating those other 3 teams is gonna be good enough for him losing in the finals?
I'm not saying good enough for me, but I'm saying ain't nobody gonna be talking like how they gonna be talking if Boston lose. That's just the fact. Me personally, I'm like,
you don't understand how new media work, man. They gonna find a reason to bash those guys.
Oh well, I'm not because I ain't picked them in the last 2 damn series. So I got
I
to
picked them
keep
against
consistent with how
OKC
I
for sure,
thought.
but I didn't pick
I
them
know that's
against
what I'm saying.
Minnesota.
I ain't even think they would be OKC. It's really because I don't know. Luka was playing bad, but he the course corrected. Now I picked the Mavericks over Boston, but if Boston beat them, I'm like, okay, yeah, Boston was supposed to be the clear cut favorite. I'm not gonna knock Luka for this. I only knock you if you're supposed to win. If I feel like you're supposed to win, not based on narratives, not based on your status, just based on your team and what you got in front of you. If the Mavericks lose to Boston, I'm like, okay, yeah, Boston, y'all should have won this. Y'all should have won
But
this.
Luka on the trajectory to be an all-time great, man.
He just can't stink it up. Now, if he after getting you 30 a game, 38 and 8 on good efficiency, I'm not gonna kill him for that.
Name me
You
a
lose.
time where an all-time great in the finals
Ray,
didn't get no fault for losing. I don't care if you
you
went
can
out there and
kill him.
played your heart out.
I'm gonna say
They
I'm gonna
still
say
hold
he
it over.
didn't
Be
get.
like, oh, you lost.
He's not gonna be able to be I'm not gonna be able to put him number one pound for pound like I would be. He got more to gain than to lose. If he lose, you still ain't gonna have my top 3 player in the league.
He's still gonna be top 3.
Exactly. So what would he really be losing? He got more to gain.
Those other 2 guys that's ahead of him, they got there and they finished the job.
Exactly. You 3.
So that's what I'm saying. That's because sometimes we play musical chairs with the top 3.
Yeah,
But then we're kind of solidified, like, okay, well, we definitely know who the third is now.
That's what I'm saying.
But I don't know. I mean, I don't know if you could. I don't know.
So if Celtics lose,
the
what's the
last
talking
2
points gonna be?
What is Luka shoot? Luka shoot.
If Mavs win this championship, what does Luka and Kyrie legacy go?
We finally admit that Kyrie should have been on that top 75 team. I feel like he should have been on there regardless, but that's gonna definitely solidify it. He's a top 75. Luka, he gonna be a step closer to being a top 20 all-time player.
And it's gonna be tied between him, Jokic, and Giannis for best player in the league right now. And most people gonna get an edge to Luka because he just freshly won.
I say him and Jokic kind of gotta, because like we did say that Giannis been hurt the last 2 years in the postseason, but I think that get him the advantage. And what the year before, Luka didn't even make the playoffs, but I mean, we here at this point now where he a game away from the finals. I think that kind of put him a step ahead of Giannis, but Jokic is still right there.
Let me get back to this because Ray, if the Celtics lose versus if the Mavericks lose, where's the criticism gonna be at worst? It's gonna be worse criticism on Boston. Boston gonna be like, damn, Tatum, you had this easy ass road and you lost to the Mavericks. The Mavericks wasn't even supposed to be here. That's what I'm saying. Tatum gonna get killed more than Luka if he lose. Even though they're not comparable as players, it's the team. His team's way better. And he's supposed to be getting to finals for like the last 2-3 years. He didn't even get there last year. So it's more on Tatum. It's more pressure on Tatum than Luka, bro.
I think it's just more pressure on Tatum just because, like I said, the narratives we'd already done built.
It's not narratives. If you lose in this finals after this easy road to the championship, the red carpet was laid out for you. You got the championship. You playing a team that wasn't even supposed to be here. We get it. They got Luka and Kyrie. But, you can't defend Tatum if he lose. Because you already never prove it consistently as just your individual talent. And then with the team success, when your team is perfectly built for you to get here, you still go down. It's gonna be, how can we not kill them? It's not a narrative, it's facts at this point. Tatum has a team built for the finals. I don't know what else to say. It's facts. Yeah, it's facts. If Tatum losing to the finals, if he losing the finals, it's just facts. He's not.
What excuse are we throwing at Tatum?
Huh?
He said Tatum gets the most excuses for not winning. What excuse
Nobody
are we
gives him
giving him?
excuses. He's not on Luka and them level. He's not a tier 1 player. But I'm thinking if he lose to the
He
Mavericks, he
has
is
the power to
solidified.
change that this year.
But that's what I'm saying. So he has the most to lose, and he got the most. He don't got the most to gain, and he got the most
So
to
if he
lose.
lose in the finals this year, do he stay in the same tier he at? Is that why you saying he has the most to lose? Because he has a chance to jump into tier 1.
Mm-hmm.
But if he doesn't, he has to remain in tier 2, which is
Mm-hmm.
a
Because
guy where you
people,
like, yeah, you good, but we
yeah,
just don't have faith in you to actually get it done ever.
yes. If he win, he could possibly get an MVP in his career. He could possibly say he a top 5 player, but right now he's not even hovering in top 5. People got SGA over him, people got Luka over him, people got Giannis over him, people got Jokic over him, and people who's 5. He could be 5. He damn near he just fighting for top 5. He fighting for top 5 and a potential
It's a couple
MVP.
guys fighting for that number 5. It just depends on how it depends on how Tatum finish it out though.
And you see what I'm saying? He got a lot to lose and he got a lot to gain, but it still won't be the most to gain. Luka's still, top 20 all time and all this, the best player in the league. Like Tatum can't even get that. He still would you look at Tatum as the best player in the league? He win a MVP he win a Finals MVP and he win a chip.
I'm not even gonna lie. I think a lot of people next season going in gonna look at it as just Boston's a team to beat versus Tatum is the guy now.
Exactly. So you see what I'm saying? Why he still got the most pressure and all that? Because it's like, you will, of course, you're gonna be gaining something if you
But like
win.
it all depends. If Tatum go out there, average 30+ points, be a great 2-way option as he's been so far. He's still being a great playmaker. All that he has a good shooting series. I think he do demand some more respect going into next season. I do believe that. But
But
if he
is he
just go out
top
there and have
3?
if he,
I don't think it's
I
nothing he can
think
do to be top 3.
you ain't gonna be able to convince Tatum he not.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool. So let's go and get it out the way. Who got the most pressure, Tatum or Luka?
Like I said, it depends on how you look at it. If you look at it from the point of a guy who's trying to be on the same level as Luka, then it's Tatum. If you're looking at it from the standpoint of Luka, you can literally become an all-time great. Like you can continue to push that narrative. Then some might say it's Luka. Because
Okay, who got the
hey,
most to lose? Who got the most to lose?
Kyrie.
Tatum or Luka? Oh Lord.
How many times have we said when LeBron leave a team, they never recover? Kyrie got a chance to be like, hey, I'm the first guy to be part of a LeBron team that got another ring without LeBron's assistance.
Okay.
And then also he doing it against a team where, Boston hates Kyrie. That first game, you know how racist Boston is, man. It's gonna be a story out there that some fan got too drunk, got too obnoxious, and said something and gonna try to apologize. I didn't mean to say it.
Okay, real quick. If the Mavericks win, who get the Finals MVP in your opinion?
I think Luka do.
If the Celtics win, who get the Finals MVP in your opinion?
I think Tatum does. But I think Jaylen Brown definitely gonna have a game that's gonna be crazy.
I think Derek Lively being a rookie and winning a ring as a key contributor would be extremely impressive. Yes, Derek Lively probably the most well-rounded rookie center I've done seen in a minute. To come in and actually know what he's doing, execute what he's doing in the role he's asked to play. So, yeah. You got anything else you want to say about this Celtics and Boston's series before I wrap it up?
Celtics in Boston?
I mean, Celtics and Mavericks. My bad. Jeez. Let's do this real quick. Offense advantage. Who got the better offense? Celtics or Mavericks?
I'd probably go with Mavericks.
Better defense, Celtics or Mavericks?
I'd go with Boston.
Who got the better supporting cast, Celtics or Mavericks?
Celtics bench been shaky, uh, but they starters, that's they supporters. I think they kind of make up for it.
So you saying Celtics?
I say they got more firepower from they supporting cast, but from a depth point, I say Mavericks probably got them.
Okay. Coaching.
Oh, not Boston, but Mavericks.
Now, intangibles. That includes toughness. That includes closing. All that hustle.
I think that might be a tie.
Hell no, Mavericks got this shit, bro.
You said like hustle and all that? Are you serious?
Hustle, closing games, mental toughness, all that type of
If
stuff.
you break it off into different things, both of them can pick it what one does better. You talking about just straight up clutch? Of course, Mavericks got that. Luka and Kyrie, the two most clutches in the league. You talk about hustle. It ain't too many guys that's gonna out hustle Drew Holiday, gonna out hustle Jaylen Brown. And Jaylen Brown is a second option. How many second options do you know hustle as hard as he does? Or even what's called Derek White. Al Horford be out there hustling. He the oldest guy left in the playoffs just about. So like it's certain things that both of them do when it comes to intangibles that they do better. So I think overall it's probably a tie.
Okay. Now pick the series and how many games. I got Mavericks in 6.
Give me Boston in 6.
Okay. Josh Green, Lively, and PJ Hustle a lot. I agree. How many? What the series outcome experience before we get off here? What you got? You got the Mavericks in how many games? Because I know you picking the Mavericks.
I say that boy had one good thing to say about Boston.
And but man, we finna get out of here, man. Please make sure you like, comment, subscribe on the video. Hit that like button for us. But this has been Didi Knows Ball. Ray. Shout out Chris. Shout out White Boy Chris. Shout out everybody that rock with us, the experience. And everybody else who left a comment. But we gone.